Okay. All right, we have, we'll go around the table. First at all, at home, will you please tell us who's joining us? So it'll be on the TV.
Okay, it's Jim Salmons.
Okay, Jim, thank you.
Sharon D'Amato.
Sharon, I'm so happy you're with us. Okay. And then we have, oh, you all signed in?
Yes, we did.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So we got Missy, we got Shirley, we have, my God, I can't even read your name. And Ann.
Bruce McDonald.
Whoever that is, man.
Bruce McDonald is with us tonight.
Yep.
Okay,
Bruce, we need some more men on this committee.
yeah. Give you a little support.
I have chainsaws. You don't need, I do manly things. Just got through a remodel in my kitchen all by myself.
Good for you.
Took
Okay,
longer than it did.
we'll do the approval of the minutes. Did everybody have a chance to read our excellent minutes?
Mhm. Thank God, because otherwise I wouldn't know anything.
Is there any changes that anybody would like to make? Okay, can I hear a motion to approve our minutes?
I'll move that.
Second?
Okay. Put on the floor, seconded. Everybody in favor?
Yeah.
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, apparently we have, August that we hadn't done. I have no idea what they say, but I think we're safe to put a motion on the floor to approve them.
Yeah, I'll move that too.
Missy?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
With our blinded eyes, is everybody okay with approving August 1st, 2024?
Sure.
Yes.
Aye.
Yes.
I can't, I wasn't a member then.
That's all right. Okay, that passed also. Okay, do we have from our people, do we have anybody that's talked with anybody that you want to share a public communication or public input?
No complaints this month, which is a really good month, you know, no one's called about light or look at that view or look at this view or what are you gonna do? First month in a long time that I did not get a phone call or a text.
Wonderful.
That's good.
What about
Yeah.
what, Missy?
What's that?
What
No
about what?
complaints. No complaints about blight, you know, like what are you gonna do, you know, about this view or that view? Or can you plant some trees by the high school? You know, so these are the kind of things I get all these phone calls about. This month it was quiet. So,
Thanks.
Okay, Shirley, anything anybody's been talking with you about?
no.
Bruce?
I don't hear any.
Not public, I did get, some, email stuff from, the town, you know, if you wanna go over that now or wait till we get into
Would that come under?
maybe current projects or
Yeah.
something like that?
Yeah, why don't we wait till then? Okay. Anything that you've heard from anybody? Okay,
I've been getting.
everybody's been bugging me about fields and I've been telling them how I feel about it, so I won't go into that tonight. I might get thrown out of the room. Okay, our meeting calendar, I think you all received that. So we need to approve our meeting times. Sure, if I can find it. Yeah, here we go.
And we did last year during winter, do every other month. So didn't we do that? We skipped a couple months in the middle of
Right.
winter. So we voted to do that and it worked well. We just doubled up on what we had to get done that month away. So you might want to consider doing that.
Okay. Did we have a meeting in December last year?
Sorry, cross.
I don't believe we did.
I think we did skip December.
Okay,
or January.
well, we'll see how much we
Can't
get done
remember though, for
tonight.
sure.
And then we might have to have one, but, for next year, I'll just. I would say the July 3rd one, we probably wouldn't have many people that want to come out tonight before the 4th.
What about January 2nd and then after
Oh, that's terrible.
January 1st?
That would
I
be
wanna do
terrible.
that.
Oh, yeah.
But it's the 31st, not the 1st, probably. You go out on New Year's Eve.
It
Yeah,
takes 2
yeah,
days
yeah.
to recover. it.
But some people aren't recovering and you're out on the road. I try to stay off the roads during those days because
Well,
Oh,
what would be your preference? You want to start in February rather than January?
I would, yeah.
Shirley, what's your thoughts?
Well, if there are any projects that are going to be taken care of in the spring, the planning needs to be done in the winter.
I agree,
You
I
can't
agree.
start in March and planning, because then it'll be the end of the year before you get anything done.
I agree, but I'll be doing it by Zoom, so, whatever your pleasure is. Jim, do you have a preference?
I'm available in either way, and we could do it. If people decide there won't be a quorum at the meeting, we can cancel it then.
Okay,
But again, I'll be around as
okay.
far as I know.
All right. Sharon, we know you probably be away, but do you have any problem with the calendar? Is there anything you'd like to change?
No, I don't actually have the calendar in front of me, but you were talking about the 2nd, January 2nd? Is that one of them?
That's the first meeting,
We're
yeah.
talking about February now.
Oh,
January 2nd, February 6th, March 6th, April 3rd, May 1st, June 5th, July 3rd.
I think that wouldn't be a problem. I think it might be a good idea to skip July. Whatever we're gonna put the ground, we'll have in the ground, I think.
would it be terrible to move it 1 week later to make it January, what would it be, 9 something?
Well-
And then
Well,
July,
The problem is we have so many meetings going on
Okay.
here
gotcha.
that sometimes it's hard.
You can't get the.
Well, we did our meeting last year out the parking lot.
We could do it at my house. I don't live more than 5 miles from here. I'd be
No,
happy to
I'd be
host.
happy to do it if mine also.
Zoom in.
You need to Zoom.
something's going on. Could you actually just have call a special meeting?
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
So if you didn't have July 3rd, then if somebody's got a project that, they need to talk about, maybe have a special meeting, call a special one for that. Just a thought.
Excellent idea. Thank you. So we're gonna eliminate it. If we need one, we'll do a special one. I think that would probably be, gee, if we left December 4th, we could celebrate my birthday, but we'll eliminate it.
Bring a cupcake.
July meeting is eliminated.
Yes. Well, we'll vote on this, but I'm thinking it's probably better not to have a July meeting. Everybody gets busy with their families and so forth around that.
Close to a big holiday.
All right, so at this point, what we'd be saying that July 3rd, there would be no meeting. This is for a vote. December 4th. What did we say about, no, did we eliminate December 4th or did we leave it? No, I don't
I
schedule.
think we didn't have a meeting last year. Pretty sure we didn't, I can't be positive, but,
Can't be honest, I don't know.
yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, why don't we just eliminate the July? If we see that there's just really no reason for a meeting, we can always cancel it. But there's probably, to try to keep the continuity together,
Mhm.
would be my suggestion.
Okay.
So, and then if we see something else that, something that's happening in town or something, we can always make an adjustment. Okay, so we would just eliminate July, and that would be it. We'd go with the rest of them.
Mhm.
Let's for now, let's do that.
Jim?
Yes,
okay with you?
yes, I'm in favor of that.
Sharon?
I don't have a vote.
Yes, you do.
I'm happy with whatever you guys want to do.
We'll call you an opinion vote.
Yeah, that's all fine with me. If somebody could actually send me a copy of that, I'd appreciate it. Any dates?
Standing her.
Yes, I could send it to Sharon.
Thank you. You can just take a picture and forward it on to me, that's fine.
It's probably is at home. Okay, so we have set our schedule for the upcoming year.
So there will be a meeting December 4th and January 2nd.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's still the first Thursday.
Which
Yes.
is all first Thursday.
First Thursday. Okay. Let's see. All right, would you go under new business? Bruce?
Yeah, okay. Here's the latest thing I got from Tabitha and Corinne from Economic Development. This is the 17th of October.
Tabitha is
Tabitha Wilson, she's
the new one.
yeah.
Okay.
She wasn't Parks, but
No, that's not Tabitha, is it?
yeah,
Tabitha went over to
she's not in Parks any longer. She's in that building right down behind us here.
Public Works.
I think it's Public Works, but
Yeah.
I'm not positive.
Wasn't Tabitha the one that was with the GBA?
Huh?
Wasn't Tabitha with the GBA, Groton Business?
No, Tabitha.
I mean, EDC.
Her married name recently is Wilson now. And she was working with Mark
Yeah,
at Parks, and then she's over here. So I
She's
don't know if
doing
she's still in
Parks. She's now in Park.
yeah, she's in Park.
Park.
She's still Parks?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
she had been in economic developments, and they put her
Yeah,
over.
that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
long time.
Okay, now
Well,
we
anyway.
got that straightened out.
You heard from her, yeah?
I had invited both of them to the meeting tonight, but
I did too, but no takers.
if I can ask you, Bruce, another time, don't do that. It's gotta come from a chair of a committee for it to be recognized.
No, I asked if they would be willing to do that.
Hmm?
I asked them if they would be willing to do that. I didn't actually give them an invitation.
All right. It
And
created,
then you took over, and that was fine. That's okay. That's the way it should be.
okay,
Not a problem.
go ahead.
But, we go round and round with these things all the time, exchanging emails, and it really gets to be, it just, we can't get anything solid between everybody who's involved. So
Well,
anyway, here's an example.
That was the whole reason for inviting them.
Absolutely, yeah.
One example of what bothers me, if I might, I'm interrupting you, and it's like a mural. Parks and Rec were working on a mural. We were working on a mural. Why weren't we working together? They didn't get their mural. We have an okay to have a mural. Our money is still there. Managed to get that straightened out. And we can put it on any building we want to put it on. It does not have to be a town building.
Mhm.
Businesses have to agree
Well, of
or
course,
want it,
of
you know,
course.
and that's, there's plenty of businesses who would
But
like
for a
that.
while, somebody was saying that it had to be on a town building. Well, it doesn't have to be. It can be on any building if the owner of the building wants to work with us and it's an appropriate site.
Yeah, that's how we started out.
Yeah. So we're back there, but
The key to the whole thing, however, whether it's murals on a private structure, murals on a town building, sculpture in a town, are the contracts. They've
Okay.
never, ever gotten that together.
we have that. Well, it's being addressed now. Because I had a couple of meetings trying to diplomatically say, guys, you dropped the ball.
Oh, yeah.
We want this, we want this to move forward. So, I do not believe it's gonna be done by the town attorney, it's just gonna be done. So, I'm pretty hopeful that we're gonna have that and we'll be able to move forward.
That would be wonderful.
Yeah.
That's the crux of the whole
Yeah.
thing right now.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, let me, this is a very short email.
This is why I don't read.
hi Bruce, I talked to Corinne again today. She's the one who's taken over page
Yeah.
4 on.
Yeah,
She said we should be good to keep going. All we need to do is submit a detailed explanation of what and how we plan to complete the project, sculpture project, and a proposed budget breakdown. See the attached earlier draft, needs fleshing out. As far as if we are allowing to cover sculpture and murals, she doesn't think that's an issue, but it's digging up the application, and we'll get to us on that shortly. She doesn't think we need additional action by the town council, but if we do, OPDS is submitting a blanket referral to the town council in late October that we could roll into. And then she said something to Mark, Corinne also said they were going to be in communication with the ARPA application holders in finance to give us all of the updates on their status and what steps they may need to be taken before December 31st. I wrote them another.
Did
I
you
want to
share
just make
that?
this part of the meeting.
did you share that with us? Because I didn't see an email with any of that information.
I don't think so. I wanted to wait till we got to the meeting here.
Well, Bruce, if you gotta understand, if you're gonna do something like that, other people could be duplicating the same thing. And you gotta say, this is what I'd like to do. I hate to do that too, but you have to do it because there is a duplication going on now. And it just muddies the water. I don't wanna stop your creativity. I appreciate what you're doing, but you gotta say, this is what I'm doing, Leanne. Send it to me, send it to us, you know? Because otherwise, you know, the very people you're talking to, I had invited them here, I felt this was the place to have the discussion.
Okay. No problem.
I think Leanne you could simplify this, is what you're saying. You could somehow simplify this for us.
Yes.
Okay, so that'd be really, really good, because we're just spinning our wheels right
We
now.
are, you know, and I appreciate what you do, Bruce. Please don't misunderstand me. But unfortunately, that answer goes to you. It doesn't come to the committee. You know? So how do we go from there?
Well, yeah, it's not that I wasn't gonna bring it before the committee. I didn't do it immediately,
Yeah, but
however.
what I'm trying to say, if you're gonna, just give me a heads up. I'm gonna talk to this one, or we're gonna talk to this one, or whatever. And I'm not, trying to talk to the same people to get them to come to a meeting. Because I feel we need to be here, because we need to know what each other are doing. And also, in a way, you know, we're separate. They support us, but we're separate. We don't have to. Oh.
It is that.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So, in other words,
Sounds positive, though. Is that what you're saying? It sounds like we're gonna go forward?
yes. So, you know, I've done this, I've answered all of these questions many times before. So I just wrote up another one. It was on the 27th and sent it to her. I haven't heard back from her yet, and I'll send it out to you guys too. But essentially, it's just a reiteration of what's been done before. And let me pass it around so you all have a chance to
You want to
look
read
at
it to us?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's better.
Groton Sculpture Project. The Groton Beautification Committee, together with the town of Groton, seeks to inaugurate a program to place 4 or 5 large outdoor sculptures in various town parks or other town-owned property. The sculptures would be leased for 2 years for a sum of $2,000 paid to the artist. The Town Beautification Committee believes establishing artworks in such a manner would enhance the beauty and prestige of the town. $20,000 of American Recovery Act grant funds were approved for this project and established a town, part of it was the establishment of a town hall garden. The garden has been completed by the Beautification Committee. The remaining $10,000 is devoted to the art project discussed here. Comprehensive details of the project are contained in the town artist arrangement. That's the contract, actually. The town has a copy of this. The agreement was relatively recently drawn up by attorneys in Bland, Florida. Their leasing program has proved to be a very successful endeavor. with the land regularly receiving awards for most beautiful city in Central Florida. The program we propose in Groton is essentially the same thing. The leasing project can be initiated once the artist agreement is approved. We would estimate a period of 1 calendar year to complete the project. We have already talked to artists willing to enter into an agreement with the town. However, without the artist agreement in hand, it is impossible to proceed further. It is essentially the contract that would govern the project. If any changes are desired to this agreement by the town, we would ask that the Beautification Committee be consulted beforehand. Sculptures are to be located at the library, Thrive 55 Complex, Sutton Park, Groton Town Hall, Groton Community Center area, and Pequannock Plains Park. Locations may be changed depending on pending park construction or other opportunities. The sculptures will be obtained or selected through a call for artists process. Selection of pieces would be made by some Beautification Committee members and the director of Yukon von Schlippe Museum, who would act as a consultant, and relevant town officials if desired. Bruce.
Nice, excellent, covers everything, it's very nice.
Excellent.
Where are the 2,000 coming every year for the every 2 years? Is it coming from our budget, the 2,000 that we're gonna be paying each artist?
That would be
to lease?
determined after the first go round.
Right. Okay.
We have enough money to do the first one, do 4 or 5 sculptures.
Uh-huh.
They wanted to take some money out of the $10,000 to like put down concrete pads and stuff like that. So that would eliminate effectively 1 sculpture. So figure 4 to 5 maybe.
First year.
But it would be 2 years, and then the town could perhaps buy one of them if they really like to keep it where it was, or not. Or we could do the project all over again.
Do each of them need a concrete pad? Because I'm thinking about
No, not all.
all these concrete pads all over town, which might be empty at times. Or
Directly with everything.
maybe discarded at some point if the project is stopped. That's my one thought is that, do we have to have concrete pads at every place?
No, you don't have to have one for everyone.
You can always do something with the pad though that makes it more attractive. We got some pretty talented kids in high school, great artists.
So should it come to that?
Yeah, they could put something down that would make it a little bit more intriguing.
Yeah, if you notice around Groton, we have all kinds of concrete pads, really, that were used during the war for military installations. They're everywhere.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just kind of odd, when I notice them because I'm into concrete. So yeah, you could keep them, and, if the project is successful, I would certainly think that, we could do it again. Town council would, be asked to fund a project, I would think.
Do you see this coming before a mural? Like, it seems like there's two big projects.
The reason we're doing this, Missy, is because we ran into so many hassles with the murals. I applied for the ARPA funds through the Beautification Committee. We got it. We got $20,000. I actually applied for $70,000, but we got 20, 10. I figured for the sculptures, and we have an outline of what to do and how to do it.
Mhm.
And we've had interest already from people.
Mhm.
It could have been a done deal already
Yeah.
this year, but we could, we get everybody on board and we do it next year maybe.
And it would be really nice if now all the early voters would have went to the community center, and the community center would have had a great mural on
There's
it.
gonna be one right there, or we could do a
Right
mural.
there.
But
yeah.
the murals, we ran into this before. We had a guy from the Navy who was gonna do some
I remember
free
that-
murals.
that-
Remember that?
Yeah,
That
that
would've been
backfire.
okay,
That
but-
backfire, yeah.
Other murals cost tens of thousands of dollars minimum. I mean, you're talking 50, 60, 75,000, that's big dollars.
And then they start like.
You're talking about a big mural,
Like
I'm
in
talking
the
about a big mural on the side of a
Yeah,
building.
See that all over the.
I was thinking of like an octopus hugging the community center with an arm coming down here, an arm there, like all around it, so it would be like
That's a great idea.
something
Yeah.
fun.
That
Nothing
would
wrong
be
with
fun, because nobody knows what the building is, so you have to kind of look at it, and that would draw your eyes to it.
Mhm.
I talked to Mark about that a couple of years ago. Kind of work on a project like that together. I was gonna help them, but it never materialized.
But you think the both, we're working on both at the same time, is that right? Is that what I
Working on
hear?
what?
Are we gonna work on both of these projects at the same
I
time?
don't think so. They're pretty different.
Well, yes, but we could put out for, the mural, just like you have for your artwork, we could put out an RFP and see what we could get back for some people that do it. You know, we need information from them now. And there are some murals that are done that don't cost an awful lot of money. I saw one the other day, and you could tell they had taken a sponge and they did a whole wall with multicolored things, you know. That's, you know, I know you gotta get the wall ready for it, you gotta do it, but there are ways sometimes to do some that are really quite clever and not that expensive.
It is possible we could put something like that together, but generally speaking, if you go to some of the cities that have really done this big, like right up in Norwich, those are expensive murals, 50 grand.
Well, yeah, but
So if you wanna have professional people come in and do that, that's what we're talking about in dollars. Maybe we can do something with amateurs or,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
that kind of thing. Yeah, it's a possibility, sure.
well, I'd like to go on both. I think you've got this started, and I'm happy that that's happening. I think now we need to get a little assistance as to what we need to put into, well, I call it an RFP because that's what they put out for buildings and so forth, but it's basically asking for proposals and what it would cost.
Mhm.
And that would give us some guidelines as to what it's really gonna cost, or, you
Yep.
know, probably the first thing.
I'm more than happy to go along with that.
Because I think the first thing, once again, we need to go back to location, now that we know we're not limited. Because for a while, I don't know where it came from, but everybody was saying it had to be on a town building. Now we know that's not the case, so it opens doors for us to be able to look at something else. You know, and so if we find a place that is good, especially if we could find something at the entrances to our, you know, to Groton, when you come off the highway or you come off 117, or, you know, something that's people are gonna see, you know.
Mhm. Well, we had a few of those set, actually.
I mean,
I had a deal put together with CVS for their building, over by the Gulf Station where the Stop and Shop entrance is, which is
Oh,
very
yeah.
visible from the highway.
yeah,
That's another one that we were gonna do.
this is-
That would be a good one, we can maybe relook at that, take a look.
Well, yeah. Yeah, we need that mural agreement contract, though. It's a different agreement than the sculpture agreement. Completely different.
Okay. All right, so did we not have one already? Kind of like we were looking at one,
We have one what?
a mural contract.
We have a mural contract. It got sent to, legal, and, it came out of legal probably twice as long as it went in. And John Burt's aware of this too. It was terrible agreement by the time we got it back. No artist in their right mind would have signed it.
So what to do now?
Let me, if you'd like, I'll follow up on that,
Okay.
see if we can't get something.
Simplified mural contract is what we need,
Yeah,
right?
it's not rocket science. It's been done. You
Mhm.
know, it can be done here.
Could we
Same way.
call another town like Westerly or anything like that, to find out about their contracts or anything? Westerly has beautiful murals throughout the entire town.
I could call Lisa.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
See what guidance she could give us.
Sure.
Okay. Okay, what I wanted to talk about, is there anything else? Jim, do you have anything?
No, just about the Depot Road cleanup, but can wait.
Depot Road?
Yeah, the streets we agreed to keep clean twice a year, and just all we have to do is pick a Saturday.
My ears, or is he hard to understand?
It's hard to understand. It's his
Yeah,
microphone.
fine.
Mike, Jim, could you move maybe back a little from the mic, because it's coming through very hard to understand.
Okay, let me try here. We have Depot Road to do the twice a year cleanup.
That's we adopted people.
Yeah. And,
When
and
is the date for that, Jim?
no, that's why I said I can't do this Saturday, but I could do like the next Saturday after that, because we should probably do it relatively soon before it gets too cold.
Well, not just that it's too cold, you have all the leaves on the ground. It's very hard to pick up trash when you can't see it.
Yeah,
And right now,
break
you
them
can't
all.
see it. I just did
Yeah.
one last week.
Yeah.
And the leaves are everywhere. You can't find the trash anymore, Jim. Too late.
Maybe we should make it an early spring
Mm-hmm.
project.
Okay, that's fine with me. It's just again, we kind of dropped the ball on this month and I just want to keep it going.
And I see, I do that all the time with my dog everywhere I go.
This is our,
This is
I
our
know, but I'm just
designated-
saying, you know, because spring is a while away and I'm not gonna move a bunch of leaves, but if I see something, I'll pick it up.
She handles setting it up, getting things from the past.
Well, you know, she hurt her back, and, so I think Eileen's home more than she used to be, so I probably could get her to set it up for us. You know, if we have a time that we wanna do it, I'm sure she'd help us with the semantics of it. Thank you for sharing that.
I just think that it's very hard to pick trash up now with the
It's
leaves.
not a
It
good
is,
time.
you can't find it.
We
And then,
worked
and
so
then you
hard.
walk past and it looks fine and the wind changes direction and you're like, oh my gosh.
The Mystic Garden Club did it, and it was not a good, outcome. We didn't pick up as much as we usually can.
Yeah, let's just set up something in March or April,
Okay,
Okay,
tentative, and ignore it for not ignore it, but we'll take a pass on this 6 months.
in March, we'll schedule something in March.
I will take a
Okay.
walk just to.
you know, there's a young gentleman, I don't know if you've seen him or not,
I know.
that walks around Groton. I stopped and talked to him one day, and he was very reluctant to talk, because I invited him to a meeting. And he said, no, I just walk around and pick up, and he does all the time. I see him out all the time with a bag, you know, like a satchel sort of bag over him, and he's.
And he has a yellow vest.
Yep.
Yeah. So I open my car window and often say, thank you to him, and that's all he needs. But I would love to give him one of our, certifications for beautifying the
Yeah.
town.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Mm-hmm.
But nobody knows who he is.
I have
He
no
lives in
idea.
Noank, I know that.
Yeah,
What'd she say?
He lives in Noank.
he lives in
Oh, he
Noah.
lives in Knowing.
Can you find him for us?
Well, I can try, I know the house he lives in, I'm just not there to find out, but I can, I'll take this offline, Missy.
Okay.
Like,
Okay,
for
all
some
right.
reasons, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
I've never seen him. Where was he?
Up by the high school, he's going, up the hill and down the hill. That's the same one, Sharon, right?
Yeah.
He's like about maybe
Tall,
30-something,
he's
Yeah.
tall.
tall.
Tall,
Yeah.
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 His name is Teddy, but I'll bring that offline to you, I'll
Okay, good.
explain that.
All right.
A little non-descriptive, you know, kind of guy. But that's all he wants to do is pick up trash.
Well, we could give him one of our beautification certificates that he might like that.
Yeah,
Good dude.
And also, Sharon, there's that other certificate. Lisa was here. She's gonna check and see whether there's any changes made to that, award certificate that we talked about to give to that woman in, Noank also, because of that great big, she's got the head shaped like have you seen that? The head shaped like a whale with,
Oh, yeah.
a spout coming up, an eye and everything.
what street's that on?
That's Elm Street. Elm Street,
Elm Street,
is that what you're talking about? Corner of
the
Elm,
one right across from the water, right?
yeah, corner of Elm Street and Brook Street.
Elm Street and Brook Street. Have to look for it.
Yeah.
People come from other towns to look at this hedge. which is the size of a house, and it's a whale with a spout coming out and a tail and an eye, and it's there permanently. And in the winter, she lights it up with lights.
Ooh,
So it's
Yeah.
pretty.
destination.
Yeah. So yeah,
Alright, so now
I want to get those two award certificates out. So we'll get Lisa to work on them. And Sharon, if you have anything to send her, she
Okay,
might-
so stop right there though. Okay, so you need to provide me, is it gonna be handwritten in or do you need me to type something in for the name?
we can handwrite the name in. That would be easier.
Okay,
Yeah.
so all I will be doing then is provide Lisa a template, the template, right?
Yeah.
And she'll print them out and you guys write in the name.
Yes, provide Lisa with a template, and either she can type in the name or we can handwrite the name.
Okay.
Either.
And is that that's for the one on the corner of Brook and Elm, and the other one was at the Bridge Market? Or,
You know, we'd mentioned about the Bridge Market. What did you think about the front of that? They've got lights up, they've got painted the wall, they
I think she's trying really hard to,
give them.
grow her business and God knows she's part of Groton. She's
Okay.
very generous. So I think it'd be nice, maybe we could just, on her say, be your generosity
Mhm.
rather than your beautification, you know. But I,
Sharon, you want to, you're kind of voting her in, you want her to get it, is that right?
that's up to you guys. I had done it on because she had that mural painted on the front of the window. And she put out Adirondack chairs, and I just thought it looked very nice.
Okay.
It's upgrade to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Alright.
you guys decide, but I will just send I'll talk to Lisa and get the template to her, the updated template that I did. And then she can print out a bunch of them for you. And then you can decide whoever you want to give them to.
Do you have the name of the woman whose house we're talking about? I gave it to you.
No, I think you sent it to me, but let me,
Okay, I'll see if I can find her name again.
Can't
Okay,
you find it on Google by typing in the address? And it will show you.
Joan Thorpe.
what's that again?
Sent it, you said it's Joan Thorpe.
Joan,
J,
Thorpe.
and her last name is Thorp is what you sent me on 2 Brook Street, knowing.
Okay,
if you can't find it, give me the address and I'll find it. for
Okay.
you.
okay. I already talked to her and she's very happy. She received the award.
Hmm.
So she's pretty excited. She need to give it to her then. So, okay.
Okay, what I wanted to talk about tonight was the fact that I think that some of the things that we have done have been absolutely such improvements. I mean, I'm happy every time I walk into the town hall on the side
Oh,
that's
yeah, it looks
busy,
pretty.
you know. I think I was correct in the fact that those should have been watered, but we can worry about that next year. But I think that we need to pick maybe 1 or 2 projects that we're gonna work on over and above whatever somebody wants to do as far as planting and weeding and that type of thing. I think that, I'm trying to think of a way to say this very diplomatically, and that doesn't come to me normally.
Go for it, girl.
What do you mean you're on?
Spit it out.
I feel that we've been taken advantage of. We're doing some work that should be done by the town. We should not have been cleaning up around the police station. We should not have been cleaning up down here. Would have been fine to do plantings, but we were cleaning. And it looks so much better, which is wonderful, but don't really look at that as being our goal. You know, I think it says on here, I saw it when I was looking through this tonight. Yeah. Mission statement, to enhance the appearance of our community through the addition of art and landscaping projects that foster economic growth in Groton. Missy and I had a talk about this, and she was so on point. Right now, I think our efforts need to go into downtown Groton. I call it Groton proper. We've got to do some things that make our downtown look better, even if the store owners don't want them.
And 12 and 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I think that, you know, there are things that we could come up with if we made that a primary project. You know, and Missy was spot on when she said, you know, when people say, well, we want this store and we want this store. If somebody comes in that's looking for a space for a store, they want to see something attractive. You know, and we don't have anything out there to make us look attractive.
No.
Especially that thing behind the strip where the gym is and the post
Oh,
office
yeah.
in between.
Yeah.
Oh my God, where it's going.
It is, and unfortunately, but we might be able to work with him on something out front. Chris isn't totally unreasonable, and we might be able to do that. You know, and I would really, in the new year, I'd like to have a plan together. I'd like to start off with a letter to either the management of stores or the owners of stores, whoever we need to talk to, because a manager in a store can't do anything. But there's somebody out there in the big cloud that's in charge of that place. And those are the people I want to go to. I want to say, you know, we want to make our downtown look better. I mean, it's like the Gulf Station. It looks so nice when you go up there and when you're driving by. It always looks bright and cheery and inviting. Our downtown does not look inviting. And I would really, really like to have just some thought before our next meeting so that we could that night maybe say, okay, this is what we're going to try to do in the new year. We're going to concentrate on changing the appearance of downtown Groton.
So pick a couple of sites, pick a couple of storefronts or areas that we can maybe improve upon, talk to the owners.
Exactly. Because we've got to go to the people that really make the decisions. It's not a manager in a grocery store, you know, and I'm not taking anything away from those people. They work very hard. Don't misunderstand me, but they can't make that kind of decision that we're going to be looking for.
Of course not. Well, we have the ability to talk to like one person who owns that whole shopping center down there on where Bank of America is, for instance. Isn't that just Joyce? Doesn't she own that, or?
Well, she owns it, but Chris.
Family or something?
I don't really know how well Joyce is right now. I haven't been able to get anybody to answer that question for me, so I'm assuming it's something. So, but Chris Reagan, I've known him since he was young, and I have no problem, you know, I can call him up.
That's a big strip. I mean, if we could do something there.
Yeah, 'cause I was really upset when they cut down all the trees. Trees along there were beautiful, and they just.
And the signage too, the signage really matters, and it's like mishmash of signs.
Yeah.
And everyone can just do their own thing and just plop it up there, and it's
Yeah,
okay.
summer nights and summer.
It's not,
Yeah.
you know, the signage
We
alone.
could get a theme going there.
Yes, yes.
Whether it's nautical or whatever it might be,
Yeah.
and each sign.
Even
is
a color,
look
even
like that.
cohesive colors.
So, yeah, so let's make a plan to,
So-
you would know many of these people, I don't know.
What I'd like to do first is you think about it.
Yeah.
Between now and our next meeting, drive around, look at it, think about it, and then come back in our meeting, we'll pick one or two places that we really think would make a big difference if we could improve. And certainly that place would be wonderful if we can do it.
Leanne said even things like a big Christmas tree, a gigantic big tree, it doesn't have to be called a Christmas tree, but a holiday tree.
There's already a tree. The holiday tree is big.
Yeah, it is. I went and looked at it the other day. It's not done too bad. Needs a little help. Jerry used to take care of it for us, Holstein. It was Joyce's brother, and he was great. Because when we planted that tree, we weren't sure if it was even going to make it. We brought in a great big Christmas tree that's out in the back, but it's done quite well. There's a nice plaque down there that needs to be redone because it's the weather. It's just, you know,
Well, there's no maintenance. It's
none.
like,
Yeah. So that would be a place that maybe we could work with them to do a little bit more, have them, maybe, you know, he at one time had talked about putting, like a little amphitheater out there. You know, if we talk with them, you don't know, but what I think we need to do is look at these places and say, which one or two do we want to stop with? But we'll put letters out to everybody that has a place to say, this is what we're trying to do, and get their input too.
I
And that-
can't think of a more important project, really. We've been talking about that for a long, long time. And it would be great if we could really get rolling on something like that, because
Well, right now,
Groton
we've
is
been
not
doing like
inviting.
flips, you know, like hit and miss. You talk to,
We talked to Johnson
Yeah,
over there.
and we got nowhere with Johnson Hardware. We talked to Groton Utilities about maybe jazzing up the front of that, you know, that big iron structure there, Groton Utilities.
That's the city.
No, it's right here, in the center of Groton. It's not the city, it's right here.
Right, utility.
Yeah, but the city owns
The
it.
city owns it, yeah.
Which place is that? Where is it on?
Right across from the
The barn,
Chronic
the
Walk.
barn, Conic.
That's not right, utility.
It's the city of Groton owns it. But it's
The water,
Where the filtration plant
Yes,
is?
yes,
Okay, in front of the filtration
yes,
plant.
yes. We talked to the man there. We went with top guy who does the landscaping, and we suggested planters, we suggested
I've
planters.
got planters.
Huh?
There's two planters. They're not, well, careful.
They're not what we were looking for, yeah.
But see, again, what we gotta do in a case like that, we go and talk to the gentleman that's the manager of Groton Utilities, CEO. Then when you have something like that, then you're gonna get something done. Unfortunately, you go and talk to somebody who takes care of the grounds, is he gonna wanna go to his boss and say, I want some money to
He's
put
not
something out
authorized
there?
either.
Yeah,
Go from the top.
we gotta get up here where we can talk to people and
Leanne? Do some of these, I've watched a couple of the EDC meetings. Don't some of these guys show up at the EDC meetings? Like Groton Utilities, can you hear me?
Economic Development Commission.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, we could work together with them. You know, and that's that was the next thing I was going to say is, you know, we've got to get so that we're working with some of these other groups, because more than one want to do the same thing. If we put our thoughts and energies together, you know, Bob, who's the chair of the Economic Development Committee, you couldn't find anybody more willing to work with you on a project.
What's his last name?
Boris. Is it Boris?
BORIS.
Yeah,
C-O.
RIS, I think it is.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yes, he is. He's very
The
nice.
only one that's done anything on that whole road is, the bar there. You know, they have planters out there
Yeah, it's
and
pretty-
they water.
And they received one of our first beautification
Yeah,
awards.
yeah,
We gave them one right away,
Oh, the
Yeah.
bond?
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's it. I mean, no.
And the ladies, hairdresser also is doing a nice job. Her window is
Oh, beautiful.
very nice.
Oh,
They've
yeah.
done
Yeah.
across the street. That is also very nice.
Mhm.
Maybe give
You know,
them-
and like, maybe planning could talk to us and say, you know, when you're giving approvals for these things, are you asking them for any plantings? You know, we got all these new places going in. Are they putting out anything in front of it that's gonna make it look nice?
Or if they're remodeling, isn't there processes where you can't get approved if you're gonna do remodeling unless
What's
you
the
meet
name of
certain
that
criteria?
place that is going in right across from the nursing home? You
The
know,
bridge,
That
the
is,
bridge.
massage.
yes, it used to be the School of
Oh, there's
Massage
condos going in back
condo.
there.
So what about, can we ask them if they're gonna do some really nice plantings in front? That would be
They-
nice.
Yeah, and, we should, because it looks pretty bad right now. Quite honestly, if I bought one in the back, I'd be pretty upset with how it looks in the front. But like I said, what I wanted to do was just get the thought process
Okay,
going
so
with all
we'll
of
just
it.
get a list of things, if
Look
things that
around
bother us. Oh my
and-
goodness, the phone calls that we've been getting, still across from the ice cream parlor is by far the most troublesome area that, you know,
Yeah.
that we're getting a lot of phone calls about.
But did you notice the nice building they built beside Johnson's? You know where we had the Mexican place in there for a little while?
Yeah, I know.
They put up a nice new little building in there. I was driving by the other day, and I went, when did they put that up?
Yeah, it's been up for a while. I don't know what it is though. I don't know.
I don't either.
You mean over by
Storage.
Mananas?
No, right by Johnson's. You remember
Oh,
Johnson's? There was a little place
yeah, yeah,
next
yeah.
door. Then they kind of chased them out of
You know, we
town.
have broached that subject, with John Reiner in days gone by, a couple of years ago too. You know, we suggested that, a couple of us when we were talking.
Well, again,
Nobody ever-
I think what you gotta do, you start off with a letter, so you put yourself in there. Then you follow up on it, you ask for a meeting. You gotta push and push and push, and then they realize we're not going
Believe
away.
me, I know.
Yeah,
And maybe a letter from the beautification committee, as
Yeah.
a committee, holds a little more,
Yep.
clout than an individual. So
Oh, for
I
sure.
think that would be really good if we could start using, some sort of a form letter that we could,
yeah.
send out.
So, like, as I said, I wanted to put it
I
out,
like that a lot.
some thoughts, come back to our next meeting, and we formalize a couple of these things, so that the first of the year, we start off. And we say, you know, this is gonna be our goal for this year. And, I'm sure between all of us, we know the appropriate people to talk to in different areas. I mean,
So who's gonna write the letter?
we will,
We'll compose it.
Greetings from the town of Groton Beautification Committee, kind of
exactly,
a thing.
yeah, if anybody has any ideas on it, bring them in.
Okay, good.
Because we're gonna do something concrete. And I'm not taking away from what you do, God knows, and I don't ever say the right name, but senior center looks so much better because of your
That
work,
looks great.
you know, and that's wonderful, and I'm not taking away from any of the projects we've done, because things look so much better, but I don't know.
How that's improving economic development.
That doesn't help economic development, that was our goal, and I
Yeah.
think that if we remember that that's what this is, and that's where we're going, we can make a difference.
And the letter was put out to the subject owners that the improvement of their property could lead to better and more constant.
Absolutely. Are you positive? You thinking it's gonna be a good
Right.
thing? I think it'll work. I think it'll work, don't you?
I think,
Yep.
my opinion is, we should have started that to begin with. That was the whole reason that
Yeah.
we wanted to
You know,
put something together for Route 12. And we have plenty of examples to look at, too.
Yeah.
We just need to get people involved, like Leanne says, the owners and the town.
Yeah.
It could be transformative. It really
I'm
could.
excited.
and you know where I'd like to put a sculpture, just to put it in your bonnet for when we move that along on that? The piece of land that Groton owns down on the corner of Paquonic and Route 1.
Yeah,
I mean, we started with that, we had a nice program going, so they were gonna keep it mowed for us, didn't happen, but,
You're talking about next to the Avery Memorial?
yes,
That's what,
not all of it. A good part of it is, but there are some, like where the trail goes through, or used to go through, because, I can't think of the planner's name right now, but she did a map showing us where they were and where they weren't. But I think that if we could carve out a spot where we could put a piece of art, it'd be a whole lot easier to coach those people along to keep it up the way it should be kept up. You know, there's a lovely little thing going over the brook that goes through there. It's made out of stone, you know, it's a little bridge. It's adorable. You know, so if we could cultivate some of it, it'd be a wonderful place to put a
Yep.
statue.
I also think we need some field trips, because I don't know what you're talking about, but it sounds really good. But I mean, maybe we can meet someday on a, you know, an
Sure.
early
Fun.
evening or something.
Sure. And now it's gonna be 3:30.
Yeah.
It's
gonna be-
Yeah,
it's gonna
yeah.
start too early,
When you say early evening, let's say right after lunch.
And it's getting dark soon.
Okay, so
I'm
everybody
excited,
got buzzing in their bonnet, so our next meeting will really be moving forward for the next year.
Very excited.
Jim,
I agree.
Sharon,
Oh, I'm excited. I've lived in Groton for 66 years and it hasn't changed in 66 years.
No, you are so right.
We are
I'm right here with you.
we're gonna make this our goal, and I think we can make a difference. And I think it'll draw in more people as we do it. I'm not against having, times that, well, I can't weed, but I can do it with a picker-upper. But, you know, I still wanna do things like that because we've made some of these areas so nice, I wouldn't want them to be neglected. But I'd like this to be more of our primary goal for the new year.
I'll second
Yeah, that's great.
And I really think that if you appeal to the interest of the landlords or owners and the fact that their property will be worth more in terms of rent and less vacancy if the place looks better because it will attract more tenants. You know, if I was gonna rent a place for a, I don't know, whatever, pizza parlor or something, it sure as hell wouldn't be across the street from Johnson Highway. You know?
You know,
My money.
unfortunately, that little store that went in out the back by the post office is closing.
Oh,
You know, the one with discount
Oh, the
foods.
discount food one, yeah, oh, that's bad.
I'm surprised that whole building hasn't fallen in. I don't believe that man's done anything to it for 100 years.
Isn't that owned
The
by,
last election,
Sounds
they let
good.
us use it for the
isn't that
Democrats.
owned by Chris Regan?
His mother. Actually, it's a little bit in a state of flux. It's the,
Fluff. That would be rotten.
but,
No, seriously, we had use of it. She gave use of it the last election, not this one,
yeah,
for the Democratic headquarters. So I spent a lot of time in there because she had nothing to do, so you wander around. I don't think I'd want to sleep there. I'd be looking for ceiling pieces,
we
you know, to
actually
join me.
quite a little community go into what's in the middle of the building out there in the front, that passageway.
The passageway.
Yeah.
To the back of disgustingness.
Yeah.
It's truly.
It's really a shame, because, you know, that New York restaurant put a nice deck out on the back, and then they put a dumpster out there.
Of course, why not? Because you always want to have your hamburger right next to the flies and
Yeah.
whatever.
So,
Well, we'll make it look like Old Mystic Village.
There you go.
that would be nice, but we can do something.
We get some discount
definitely
siding
can.
somewhere, fix it right.
So,
Yeah, well, look.
okay.
all-
I have
Yeah.
a thing about Freddie the fish, you know, the big metal fish.
Yeah,
Let's talk about him, we'll move along on that. We had to change the kind of the purpose of the fish. The fish was gonna be, to do with, recycling, but we're not gonna recycle, we're gonna have a compactor next to the fish, a trash compactor. And then just today I heard that really, out of all the plastic recycled, roughly 6% actually really gets recycled
Yeah.
because of the difficulty and all the different grades of plastic and the chemicals in the plastic. So maybe it's just as well we're not trying to say recycle the plastic. We're gonna have a different tone for the fish. And I have my first go here, which I'm trying to reach people to send out to see if this is a good one, but tell me what you think of it. I'm gonna read it to you now. It's Freddie the fish says, plastic pollution kills over 100 species. Please pick up small pieces of plastic, bottles, wrappers, and all trash, which might blow into the ocean.
Is that like on a sign?
yeah,
Kind of long.
that's excellent.
It's excellent, but it's kind of long.
Make it even
You might
short-sighted.
lose half your audience halfway through.
Yeah,
That's
so Freddie the fish says,
I have a
You could have
comment.
a big thing and then a little thing with more explanation under it, because I like everything you're saying.
Yeah,
supposed to be a teaching tool, it has to be a teaching tool because of the money that we've spent from the,
So make a slogan and then,
you know,
and
we're
then the
limited in the
explanation
sign. We were
underneath.
told we were limited in the size of the sign. So, but the focus is no longer recycling, it's now plastic pollution.
Okay, that's good. I mean, we all know what's going on with the oceans and
Oh my
plastic,
God, square miles
So-
of crap.
that'll work out well.
I had, I sent an email, I'm trying to think who I sent it to. I think I sent it to, everybody's moving around so much, I'm not even sure where to send it, but I don't think we should be doing it in November. I want it to happen in the spring.
Right.
And I sent a couple of emails saying that, you know, if you wanna put it out there, if you gotta put it out there now, let's cover it up. And in the spring, when you're gonna have some people come, you can have a big,
Great reveal, yeah.
yeah. If we put it up now, who's gonna pay any attention to it? They're not gonna put anything else around it for the winter.
Right.
So if we can work it out, I would prefer that we either wait till spring, or if they wanna put it out now, they gotta cover it up.
Let's vote on that. Let's have a spring, what do you want to call it? A grand
Opening.
Grand opening, yeah.
Unveiling.
Grand unveiling.
Unveiling, it's a
Yeah.
culture.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
it's a culture, yeah, unveiling.
that's
And then just
good.
start getting publicity, and it's a good thing to teach kids about, you know, bring your kids.
Exactly.
You know, that kind of stuff. People are always
If we
looking
can
for
work
stuff to
that
do
out,
that
I'll
doesn't
be
cost
very
the little
happy.
kids, geez.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll
what,
focus
take
on
a
that
minute?
when I send this out.
Right.
Okay. So we're gonna send this out to a couple people. The town manager is gonna get it, and also, the new person who's head of sustainability, right? She's gonna get it. Who we saw-
Megan Granado?
Say that again, Sharon?
Megan
Megan.
Granado?
Who else? Can you think of anyone else that should get this?
The friends.
Parks and all those guys.
I think I said it to the Board of Education.
Okay.
They may have a class that they could
Sure.
incorporate this educational part into. You know,
Cute
the
little
grammar
day trip,
school.
cute little half day trip.
So if we were to,
Maritime Academy over there.
The Maritime School, yeah, that's special.
Okay, just my 2 cents. I know that Catherine Konaski and one other school in Groton had an outdoor classroom built with a gazebo type thing at Catherine Konaski, and but that was by Project O.
Project what? Oh,
Project O, and that was part, when Sharon and I helped with that, the Mystic Chamber cleanup. The people of Project O said they'd be glad to, again, participate with this, or if they can have their 2 cents, again, maybe Leanne, they could be a good source that we can partner with.
Yeah.
Again, invite them to a meeting because of their willingness, and they have
hamburger and hot dogs or something down there and have a little bit of a celebration and invite all as you think of people, let us know, we'll put them on a list and we'll try to get them there for that. I had a
Okay.
nice conversation with, oh my goodness, the fellow that's managed to keep the day paper going. What's his name?
Oh, yeah.
I had a conversation with him the other night, and he said, Leanne, anything you want to do a letter up on, you let me know, send it to me, and I'll get it in the paper. And I was specifically talking to him about the Beautification Committee. I said, I want more about it in the paper. He said, love to do it.
good, we'll definitely get coverage on it.
Yeah,
That would be good.
definitely.
That's great.
So,
Yeah, it looks like some maybe a couple of weeks ahead, and then a couple of little blurbs or something.
yeah, he said, I've got several different places I could start putting things for you. So,
Cool.
but you.
Jim, send me some names, any names that you want me to send this out to, like kind of run it by them.
okay.
Jim, that was Andy Eli, wasn't it? Andrew Eli? He was with
Yeah,
us.
I don't remember his name, but he was in charge, and he had the one instructor that was there,
Yep.
and she
Yeah.
was saying one of her main points is like the outreach, and she'd like to work with the town more. 'Cause
Yep. Oh, I got it.
Okay, so any names, send to me, okay?
I'm sending you a link right now.
Okay, great.
Andrew Eli.
Okay, so long as you know that now we've kind of changed what the fish is saying, not about, about recycling, but now it's about plastic pollution. So it's a good thing it cleared through all of the various, Mystic Aquarium, I ran it by a lot of people. So it's the right,
Yep.
you might have to make it shorter.
Why don't you write up a little something too?
Okay.
Anything else for the good of the order tonight?
No.
We are gonna move forward in 25. Now,
Good, we are.
You're gonna get so much more.
Very exciting.
there you go, there you go.
Okay.
Yes, sure.
I wanted to bring up something about Burroughs Field.
Which,
Burroughs Field,
okay, oh, yeah, okay,
the town is going to replace the scoreboard.
yes, yes.
And, I wanted to work on phase 2 of Burroughs Field. I drew up a small plan.
Okay.
Which would have the purchase of a bronze baseball player.
Oh, yeah?
And there's a place in New York that, Randolph Rose, they have them and you buy them. And it would be a baseball player. They have a pitcher and they have a, batter. And they're about $4,000 to $5,000.
And then when you buy it, you're done.
Who
You don't have
pays,
to
who
read it,
pays
right?
for all of that?
Well, we've got money.
The Beautification Committee would have to pay for it. But this is my plan.
How many people use that field? It's a little out of the way. I mean, I found it the first time when we went for a ride, but
Well,
They
during
are
baseball
players.
season.
This is Little League,
that's where all the little leagues play.
yes, and
Pass it down. a little.
Yep.
it's the Little League.
It's not the hill. We're not doing anything with the hill
No,
side. So
No.
we're leaving that the lovely this way it is.
This is, when you enter with your car,
Right.
there's a chain link fence. And right in the area where you enter, that's where
That
I
would be
want
the
to
entrance.
put the bronze and planting with holly, 2 L's in three-dimensional planting. For
Oh.
Little League,
Ah, interesting.
with the ground cover of sedum and Angelina. Simple.
Nice people. You gotta remember, I know nothing about like.
Yeah.
Look, that's a nice, easy care.
Easy care.
Well,
Yes,
they're low maintenance,
yes.
and I
And especially if
changed
we're not
the
gonna get any more
design
rain.
because this is more appropriate for the baseball, the children that play baseball.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, I'll think about it. I know somebody that carves.
So this you would purchase, they have collections of these, it's in New York. It's in,
What
Yonkers,
material is
New
it
York.
again? I'm sorry, I think you said what material it is.
Bronze. A bronze. It's,
Did you say 4,000?
between 4 and 5. We would own it, it would not be a rental, we would own it.
Once you buy it, and then bronze is not going anywhere. You could run over it with a backhoe.
It's in Yonkers, and this is a family-owned business since 1972, and they had the batter, and they had the, pitcher and the catcher. And they are,
Are they adults or are they kids?
these are kids,
Oh, okay.
this is for kids.
Uh-huh.
This is not for adults, this is for kids.
Oh,
So the kids that come there would be a bronze statue of either a pitcher, a catcher,
is that where they hold their little league games and stuff?
Yeah.
Yes.
down there?
Yeah,
and other teams from other areas in Connecticut come here.
Hmm.
Okay, and this would make that an outstanding, location for the kids.
well, maybe what we should do first of the year is take a look at our budget, see what we really do have. I know that Cindy has all that together, I don't. So we could look at the money end of it, and see what we think we could do.
How big is the, piece? Do you know, the
So-
dimensions are?
Yes.
Having made bronze things before, they're super expensive, so that's pretty good price.
$4,500. The dimensions, this was for the wind up, the pitcher.
Uh-huh.
30 inches by 24 by 58 inches high.
58 inches high.
That's decent.
So
Maybe that could
almost
come under
Yeah.
our,
I'm 58 inches high.
Sculpture, could be one of our sculpture,
yeah. Why don't you take a look at it, Bruce, and see,
and we can get the money out of that pocket, out of
Yeah,
that,
right.
that sculpture.
yeah,
No, be happy, you know.
I think it's a great idea, Shirley.
If I can put anything anywhere, I'll be happy.
I
No,
was
we need you,
thinking
we need
that
you.
other kids
It would
come.
be so nice to have
Yeah,
something
it would
that
be nice.
special
I mean,
for
they
us.
would say, oh, yeah, that's the one with the baseball sculpture.
Yep,
When
Yeah.
they're talking about
Yeah.
Groton Field.
Right, right.
They won't be saying the one in Groton, that's the one with the bronze.
right.
Yeah.
Can you send me the website link, Cheryl?
I can give you the information.
Plus, let's be sure we cut in that baseball group themselves. So,
What do you mean by, getting them in?
well, they have, well, they look at it like, not to say in a derogatory way, but it's their field there. So if we have an option of 4 statues, maybe there's a reason that they feel, again, take part ownership and at least get their 2 cents on which of the sculptures we get. Maybe they feel it could be a memorial or to somebody that's played there, that's,
Oh, well, it belongs to the town.
I'm
But-
sorry, I can't understand you tonight. You're gonna have to come to
This
the
is
next
the only
meeting.
one they can understand.
yeah, I'll be at the next meeting. I'm just hoping
right.
to move.
He wants to include the people in choosing which sculpture, for instance, you know, and maybe they want to use it as a memorial to another person.
Well, I don't want to get involved in that. because
Okay.
Then,
No, not as a memorial, but if we have a choice of 4 different sculptures,
We
I
have
didn't
choice
want
of
to, I
sculpture.
don't, because then you're gonna, well, why didn't they pick my, you know, I didn't want to. get
Jim,
into
why
it.
don't you
Come to one of our meetings.
come to
then.
the meeting? and
No.
go, I think this is a wonderful idea, and I don't want to complicate it. But,
okay,
we would want to have good discussion about it. But if we
Yeah.
keep it simple, we might even have it
It's
happen.
done.
Well, you said you
Great
had
idea,
permission
though,
from the
to use
Parks
it.
and Rec. That's all you need, right?
Cindy and I met with, Mark Beck at the site. And I told him there were 3 phases. The first phase has already been done. This is the second phase. The third phase, when they finish the new scoreboard, we'll do landscaping underneath that.
Nice,
But this is phase 2.
gotcha.
The plants were not available to make the L. These would be 3-dimensional, like topiary L's from Little League with the touch. So
Neat.
that was what the picture.
I think it's a wonderful idea.
So we have to have the plants done in the spring, when the
Okay.
plants are available. But
Does that include a base pipe here? Yeah.
I don't have a lot of details.
I'll check
I
it out.
just thought that a bronze of a baseball, a Little
I think
League.
it's a wonderful idea, and I think we could probably do it under our project
ARPA, yeah.
that we're working, and I think it'd be nice. Oh, and when we talk about it more, what I would suggest is somehow we have a light that's on it at night.
Mhm.
You could do a solar light, you wouldn't even have
People
to.
Yeah.
can see it.
Public Works
Yeah,
would
but
have
as we're talking with them, I think that would be important,
Yeah.
because,
Public Works would have to put that in there.
yeah.
Very
Well, but they
nice.
could do solar. It wouldn't even be like they gotta run.
Yeah, that's what they did
expensive to
over
run
at,
electric, you know.
They did solar over
That
at
looks nice.
the other part.
They did, and it works well.
Wait a minute. There is, if you look at this picture, there's a huge light that's
Oh, right there.
right here.
No, it's right above it. Okay.
There's a
Oh,
huge
okay.
light. I don't
Look at
know
that.
how much light it casts.
Well, they could
You
change
have
the
to
bulb
have-
or the device,
Well,
the cursor
I
or
don't
whatever the
know
hell is
anything
in it. You
about
can make Wade do what you want.
Right,
Yes, you could put solar angled up, which
Yeah.
would be an excellent idea, but that doesn't have, you don't have to get, that's an afterthought.
right.
Good.
Well, I like the idea of the
Okay,
sign.
anything
Well
else
done.
for this exciting meeting?
No, thanks.
No, great idea though, Shirley. I love it. I think that's great.
This has
Nice.
been an excellent meeting. I want to thank you all that are here. Bring a friend to the next one.
Okay.
You can
We
do
are
that?
on our way.
Check it out.
Would you like to make a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
See you soon.
Now, by the next.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's got a lot of animation.
Have to be
Our
careful, though.
editorial stuff.
You might, you know, it's like when I tried to move groups over at Washington Park.
Oh, okay, right.
I got a whole group, I got everything
Right.
donated, and they said, no, you
Do I
can't
have
do it. I
your
went, what do you
web
mean I can't do it? Union.
Your, I mean, your email address?
That's union job.
You know, I ran into that a lot, I'll let you know. All right, we have to figure out.
Oh, yeah, really?
Oh, yeah.
Well, but where
Do I have
did
your
the
telephone number down here? Is it on-
I did. I already
Oh.
did.
And then she said you gotta turn off, you gotta turn that off, and then you gotta turn that off, but the X that she showed us went away.
I already turned that off. So I don't know how to turn it off the other one. What
Well,
did
but
you
it-
say? Did you hear?
There was an X on the
Ah, that's
screen.
already done. So now, that's
Yeah, but
done.
it should, she